Yes, everyone, thank you for tuning in to Life at the Apex podcast. Today we've got a very special guest, Owen Livesey. Doesn't need much introduction. From UK to now Phuket, he's doing amazing things. So thank you so much for coming on today, Owen. How you doing?
No, thanks for having us, man. Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, good, mate. Just pretty busy at the minute. Just coming to the end of my time at Thailand. At the same time, opening my new gym here in Phuket. So there's been loads going on.
How's that going then, man? I mean, how long you been in Phuket for now? So like 6 months or something?
Come December, it'll literally 12 months.
Okay. So how have you found that transition then from Hull to sunny Phuket?
Yeah, mate, it's just been a mental year. Which, obviously, in the UK, I have my own gym as well.
Yeah.
And then came over to Phuket. I brought my whole family to Phuket. So there's like all sorting everything out for my family. But then, at the same time, still trying to do a good job at Bangtao as a coach. And then now we've moved on to open the gym of our own, but also it's been a bit mental, man.
How was that transition before, like, going over to Thailand, like with the family? Because I know a lot of people want to move abroad from the UK, you know, whether it's like the Middle East, Dubai or Thailand, stuff like that. What were you thinking prior to the move in terms of, like, you know, you just want a better quality of life? Like, what were the drivers and motivation for you to kind of make that change, especially with the family, you know?
Yeah, I've not loved living in the UK for a while. So when I got the opportunity to come to Thailand, I was super excited about doing it. But at the same time, it is a massive move. So there's a lot of like unknown. So I didn't know what to expect when you were into Thailand. Like, we had 2 holidays before we came, but mate, like, if you go on holiday somewhere, it doesn't matter where you go, you're gonna love it because you're on holiday, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's very, very different to when you make the move and you live a working life here as well. So I wasn't sure whether I'd enjoy it as much, or there was a lot of uncertainty, but I just thought, give it a crack, and if it don't work, the worst that happens is just go back doing what we were doing.
So you just came out and what? The rest is history kind of thing. You love it, and like, what you like about it? I know it's an obvious question and that, but
yeah, it's just there's a lot of things, mate. Like the obvious things, like the weather, and the lifestyle. It's a very relaxed race. But on top of that, like, it's good for my kids. So my son, like, he's outdoors all the time. He's in an international birth rate, which is actually really good. The training for myself over here, with meeting different bodies, different styles. So I feel like I've leveled up as a grappler and a coach. It's everything, mate. I can't really fault it first.
That's the dream, man. Like, I was meant to come to Thailand 2 years ago, but I had some personal circumstances which I couldn't go out there, man. But I was gutted. But I'm definitely, you know, planning to come out to Thailand Phuket, especially to train. I mean, you were training at Bang Tao, where you currently are till you open up your new gym. We'll get into that. How's that been at, like, that facility in Bang Tao itself, and going into obviously opening up your own soon?
Yeah, obviously Bang Tao is a world-class facility. In terms of facility, I've not really seen anything like it. It's a huge gym, multiple mats and multiple disciplines. But Phuket itself is just a hotbed, mate. People don't really seem to stick to one gym.
Yeah.
So you'll have world-class bodies constantly moving around. Like, you get people training at Bangkok, Tiger, Phuket Fight Club. You got Phuket Grappling Academy on the other side. So it doesn't matter where you go, really, body-wise. You're getting phenomenal training. But yeah, being at Bangtao has been great, mate. I've got absolutely nothing against Bangtao at all. There's no specific reason I'm leaving.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, don't you, really?
Yeah, exactly. That's from a different spot.
It's just growth, ain't it? Like, you come from the UK to Thailand. Thailand, you're working in a gym. It's just a natural progression to be independent at some point, right? So, it's a great
That's
movement.
it, mate. I opened my own gym in the UK because I just didn't like the idea of having a boss.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, I came to Thailand, started working somewhere else. At first, it was quite nice to just be running classes and not have the responsibilities that come with having your own gym. But then, about 6 months in, I kind of missed having that responsibility and being able to do absolutely everything that you want to do with schedule, sessions, seminars. It's just when it's your play, it's different.
Having that autonomy, man, is just something beautiful, ain't it? Like just being out there, getting what you need to get done. Let's talk about your gym then, man, because I'm super excited about your new spot coming up. I mean, it's opening, in December, I believe?
Yeah, mate, so we're hoping the mats could arrive in the next week or two.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything else is done. So once they arrive, there's probably 2 days work getting everything set up.
Yeah.
And then we should be able to crack on. We're gonna do a sale soon, memberships.
Okay.
People come and buy the memberships. To be safe, we're gonna check out this January.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably gonna be open within.
Yeah, and you've got in terms of infrastructure, you've got the pit wall because I mean that's great. I mean a lot of the competitions now they've got a pit in there, haven't they? So I mean we'll get into the future jiu-jitsu in the sport, but the facility looks amazing. You've got your pit wall. I'm sure your style is kind of judo, submission, grappling, wrestling, all combined, right? As a complete art, isn't it?
Yeah. So the gym is a facility. We have got a good spot. Our main sponsors are going to be Progress. So we've got a full actual Progress shop at reception.
Shout out to Progress if you want to sponsor this podcast, no probs.
Yeah, so we've got a full Progress shop there, custom gear, and just your standard Progress stuff. We've got a good match space, got 2,000 square meters. We've got a pit wall, we've got an MMA wall, toilets, showers, got a small fitness room with some soft bikes in, and what we've been using for a little bit of content recently, it's got a nice white wall, and I've been using it for the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Got a couple of changing rooms, stock room. I think our style of grappling obviously is very much not just jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. So we do jiu-jitsu, judo, wrestling, but it's all incorporated into our style with building yogi.
Yeah.
And obviously taking all that into in Phuket, the MMA scene's massive.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get a lot of MMA fighters coming in.
Yeah.
Specifically to work on their grappling outfits. So.
Now that's amazing because I was thinking about this the other day in terms of styles of training as a hobbyist or practitioner or whatever. If you're doing it for self-defense or sport, I was thinking two scenarios. Scenario A, someone's grappling for sport-wise and they're not bothered about self-defense and they're just doing it, so they'll happily pull guard. But you wouldn't obviously do that on the street, you know what I mean? The typical scenario.
Yeah.
Although, let's say you're competing, and it might be advantageous to pull guard from a sports perspective, and you might win the match or something by progressing that way. But for someone who wants to kind of develop in that self-defense arena and will limit pulling guard irrespective of the outcome of the match to improve their overall skill set, I mean, that's the kind of place where I'm trying to grow, even if, I'm not as good, but at least I'll be better in a real life situation, hopefully, if that, God forbid, anything like that happens. What would be your kind of advice to someone who obviously wants to compete in jiu-jitsu? Obviously, overall thing is to obviously be able to protect themselves and their family in a situation in terms of self-defense, etc. I mean, would you think that approach is suitable, or would you say different things about competing and that mindset, synergizing them two together?
Yeah, so basically, mate, Simon Hayes, I don't know if you know Simon Hayes, but he said it on a podcast once, and it's just so true. When you open a gym, 95% of your members come through the door. Mm. They don't come because they want to win the local jiu-jitsu tournament. You know what I mean? They come because, one, they've been watching MMA, and they want to go to something similar. Self-defense, confidence, fitness. as you start building your gym, you start getting like your 5%, 10% that start wanting to put the toe in competition.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, and I still teach the same way now, it's more down the MMA / self-defense route.
Yeah.
Like, and that can be very successful in sport grappling as well. Like, I fully, like you just said yourself, I fully understand why people pull guard.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain times in the sport that it's advantageous, and when it's a sport, if that's what you have to do to win the game on that day, that's what you'll do. But I think you can teach those sports in a way. So basically, how we teach it is we'll incorporate some stand-up, which is a mixture of judo and wrestling style techniques. Mm-hmm. We'll incorporate pressure passing and give a very clear idea and clear game of how to be able to finish for it, how to be able to progress from position to position and keep controlling your position. And eventually, through working your and making them fatigue, you can get to a submission. Mm-hmm. And then we put a massive emphasis when you're on your back that you have the ability to be able to get on top of back to your feet first. Mm-hmm. And then, obviously, within the positions that we're working from, we give some submission options as well. So we will do sessions where we'll start in guard. Mm-hmm. But the emphasis is they're on top of us. We're in this position, this is how we can get back on top or stand up. And then we'll give some submission options. And then we'll look at how we can use them submissions to get a reaction, which is also going to help us wrestle. Mm-hmm. So, like, the whole emphasis of the game is to get on top, staying on top. And whether you're starting in between backs and guard, or sat down or lying down, the aim should be the same. And then I find that's a fantastic base, mm-hmm. which can do really well in MMA, in the sport of grappling, and in self-defense. And for me, if someone's more pushing towards sport-only avenue, they can then start to build their own branches to suit that off what we've given already.
Yeah, like you've competed in obviously a lot of tournaments, sport tournaments and jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, and judo. But that style that you've described in the first scenario, you've kind of implemented that all the way through your competitions anyway, haven't you? And that's been successful
exactly
for
that,
you.
Mate.
So.
Like I've not really gone down the sport grappling route. Like, I've come in as a judo player, and instead of just practicing jiu-jitsu as a whole, mm-hmm. because for me that means, like, when I do jiu-jitsu as a whole, there's so much different things I have to learn that if I practice it all, I'm just going to be pretty shitty at all, like, for the next 10 years. Whereas my way of thinking was, this is where I can get to, this is where I'm good at. How can I get them to never? So, for example, like, my favourite positions would be mount, behind the turban, top half guard, wrist ride.
Yeah, man.
So all I've done is take positions and then put some thought into how I can find at least one of them positions from standing, passing, and getting up off the bottom. So instead of just practicing jiu-jitsu as a whole, I've kind of built a game around strengths, built a big system of that, without them just teaching me doing that.
And it obviously helps you perform the best way, and it works well for, like, for MMA fighters, because that's what they need as well. If you want to compete in sports jiu-jitsu, and you can get obviously as high as you want really with that methodology too. So I think I love that style of jiu-jitsu, to be honest, and that's the kind of style I'm trying to incorporate. I'm only a blue belt, and obviously I'm learning, but I'm trying to. And that was kind of my next question, in terms of your philosophy, in terms of, like, pressure passing, half guard, staying on top. This question is going to be like, how long is a piece of string kind of question, or could be seen as a stupid question, but I'm going to ask anyway. Like, how long do you tend to cook someone for in a position if they've got a frame? Let's say you got 5 minutes on the clock and you're in a match, and they've got a frame across your jaw, and you're kind of thinking, okay, I'm just going to stay heavy, burn out their arms for a little bit, and then I'm going to pass to a more dominant position, side control or mount or whatever. Like, is there a particular time where you think, hang on, I'm going to stay here for a bit longer, or you're thinking, hang on, they seem quite fit, the endurance is quite fit, I'm not going to gas their arms out per se to kind of move before I move on? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, obviously that would vary a little bit depending on the skill of the opponent. But in terms of how I'm playing, it wouldn't vary that much. So like my aim would be to say if I take like using my pressure against the knee shield. Yeah, so I've got my hand under his arm, get blocked in the bottom knee, heads over the line of his chest. In positions like that, I want to make him work. So like not just where he's holding, but I want to be actively trying to close the space. So he's always having to actually push me away.
You actively trying to what? Sorry, Owen. Close the
space.
Okay.
So I'm looking to get to like chest to chest.
Oh, okay.
Whether that means I'm crushing his knee shield, or I'm getting past his knee shield somehow, or working to a chest to chest hard guard. I'm looking to close the space.
Yeah.
So obviously I've got him pushing me away all the time. Now, normally two things will happen with that. One, someone gets very tired, which then gives me things like half guard. And then we have a pretty solid game in the half guard. The idea of I can get to half guard, we can pin them there, we can build them under pressure. We have a very high chance of passing to the score in the position to look at the score.
Mm-hmm.
Or, if our opponent's getting super tired, because we'd like them to, we wait for them to overextend, which could happen straight there. And then off the back of them overextending, we can start looking for things such as a knee to north-south, or an opportunity to pummel our leg.
Yeah, solid. So you're just kind of just fatiguing them, but then also pressuring them, closing the gap, making them think. Because I see a lot of people that compete, whether it's MMA, grappling, whatever. If you can make them panic, fatigue their central nervous system, they start like their energy bar just zaps. Even if it's not a physical component, it's more of like a physiological response. The body's freaking out, bit of anxiety, bit of pressure from the crowd. They're like, oh shit, he's getting smashed, and he's looking in the corner like, oh shit, my family's watching me getting pressured, and then they start freaking out. Do you find that mental part as well in terms of the central nervous system where people can get overwhelmed and obviously can give up positions and stuff like that out of panic, but the body starts breaking down? Do you find, have you experienced that with competitors that you've been with?
Yeah, and that's a massive part of my game. So like in judo, got taught a lot. If you were behind on the scoreboard, to close the space. So an example, if we were on the feet and I was behind the scoreboard, I wouldn't be playing the grips anymore. I'd be looking to just engage and get like double underhooks, engage me hits. Basically just close the space. Because if you're looking to close a match hit and I start to close that space, I can get some big reactions, get some panic, and they're the spaces where I can take advantage of and look to get them scores back. So that is genuinely one of the principles that I've brought across from judo to grappling, is make it look like you're doing a lot when you're not actually doing it. So like for me, I'll do little things in that, say back in the knee shields, where I'm taking like solid ties, and I'm just giving it a little pull as if I want to get chest to chest, but I don't really want it.
Okay.
And doing that just to get that big push to it. And then I'll give them another look. So I might turn my hips to the inside and try and sprawl a little bit. Don't really want it, but I'm just going to make them fight to keep it open.
Yeah, just to kind of show them like
to force you to make the movement.
Yeah, amazing. And especially you get a reaction as well each time you just club that collar tie and they're like, shit, he's about to get aggressive and he's going to pass my guard and he's going to go for it.
Yeah.
Like that kind of reaction, ain't it? All right,
That's
lovely.
it, mate.
And in terms of judo, I mean, your background in judo, I think there's a lot of hype now in there with judo and grappling and MMA. It's because everyone's becoming a lot more aware of, or it's becoming a bit more cliche or whatever. But like, what would you say the most effective move? I know you got quite a few. You got few judo moves, but what what are the top three, would you say, in your opinion, for like grappling and MMA?
I'd say in terms of actual techniques, it would be like a variation of an Uchimata or a Haraigoshi from an underhook or a Brazil.
Okay,
obviously,
and, yeah,
you see it a lot against the.
You know, with the Uchimata, I think some people say you shouldn't, you should keep upright or you shouldn't break at the hip. Or is that for the Sotogari, where you just kind of kick the leg back like a horse and you don't obviously hinge over at the hips? Is there a right or wrong way? Or
yeah. You want to be hinging at the hips, but you do want the posture. It's like you want to hinge, but you don't want to let your upper back turn.
Oh.
You want like tension in your upper body.
That's interesting. So you want a slight hinge, not like a 90-degree angle with the Uchimata.
Exactly, because if I'm going to throw you forwards, like the easiest way for it to think this is, if I'm going to throw you forward, I want the other weight in your toes. So to do that, I've got to put my back in my toes. I can't put my weight in my toes without hinging. But the second I actually let my back drop, my head drop, now I'm not actually going in the direction that I'm not throwing.
Yeah, so you almost keep yourself as a shelf, like you're shelving them with your upper body almost as well. Is
exactly
that right?
That.
Yeah, and then you create that force and tension, and you just flick them over.
Exactly.
Okay, lovely. Okay, cool. Right, thanks for that, Owen. Okay, moving on to our next part. So obviously a lot of people ask you about strength and conditioning for grappling, etc. I know you get like loads of story responses, and you've probably told other people 100 times, but tell everyone again today. So what's your ideal, for example, let's start off at a hobbyist, and we can work way up to the elite level, so it's nice and linear. So a hobbyist training jiu-jitsu 3 times a week, let's say, desk job, they want to get fit, they're at master's level. How many sessions a week would you say they need to hit in order to be injury resilient and also kind of help with the performance? 2, yeah.
And I don't think it changes that much from beginner to advanced, or even like recreational to full-time athlete.
Yeah.
Like there is times throughout a year where I'm lift 3 times a week, depending on if I have something up or depending on what my goal is at that time. But 2 sessions a week would be able to cover everything.
Yeah.
Realistically. If I was going to train twice a week, it'd be full body sessions, which means it'd be something like a push, pull. So like maybe a vertical pull, a horizontal kick, a vertical push, and then a horizontal pull. And then it'd be a squat or a deadlift, some sort of hinge, single leg and single arm work, a jump and a throw.
Yeah, lovely.
If you put some exercise in them squats, did anywhere between 5 and 8 reps, 3 and 4 sets, and every week I tried to get a little bit heavier in what you were lifting.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be far off.
Amazing. And in terms of sessions per week, so I know a lot of people have like, okay, I need to do X amount of jiu-jitsu sessions to progress, and it's very subjective, obviously, if someone's coming with an intention and stuff like that before class and trying to work on stuff, probably help with their progression, right, a bit better. But if you want to progress and be a good competitor locally, not like internationally, and you want to, do really good, would you say like 4 sessions a week's enough? Or would you say, yeah?
Like, if you were going to do like domestic team, I would honestly say like 3 or 4 a week. If they were like good sessions, would be enough. So like, what I mean by good sessions is, if you're just rolling 3 times a week, I'd say that wouldn't be enough. Like, you'd be in decent enough shape, but in terms of like before pushing, actually developing skill, not very good. Whereas like, if you did 3 sessions a week, like I'd even split that, like some sort of stand up, something on top, whether that be passing or working from a specific position, something off the bottom, whether that be submissions, wrestle, pin escape. And I'd just come in and I'd work through a few things. And then I'd spar them to things specifically. And then I'd spar them. Just so like we're always actually like, developing knowledge of it.
Yeah, that's interesting, yeah. Because you're saying one... Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but you're saying one stand-up kind of grappling, whether it's what, wrestling, judo, something like that, yeah? And then one...
Yeah, like those I do no-gi though.
Yeah.
I didn't do judo.
Yeah.
Do judo style techniques, but still the fun of it.
Yeah, and then like you do like one pressure passing, you said, and then one off your back, one session off your back or defense kind of working.
Well, yeah, one pressure passing or one like specific top position.
Yeah.
So just like a second mount or something on back.
Yeah.
Build it around you.
And then like in terms of like having an intention, because obviously a student goes to class, he's just going to come in blind and be like, okay. The instructor might be like, guys, this week we're working on this theme, and that's great, but like, what can students do to help accelerate their game even further? Like, for instance, should they be like, okay, this week, whatever the coach is teaching is brilliant, but I also want to come in with an intention, so I keep getting submitted. Shall I work on my back escapes this week and come into every class, put myself in vulnerable positions and work on escapes? Like, and then should that theme change on a like session basis or a weekly basis? Like, how disciplined should one be? I mean, without being too OCD, and obviously having that fluidity and enjoying yourself as well, without having that pressure that, oh God, I've got to be rigid and I can't switch my theme of the week that I've put on myself for, like, you know what I mean, to grow.
Yeah.
So, what do you think's enough? Like, going in, is like every session you could have a specific intention, or would you say stick it out for a week and like get good at back escapes for a week and then switch again, or like what?
I would just problem solve as it comes across problems.
Yeah.
So like, I think something that people have to do if they genuinely do want to progress quicker is study outside the gym. Like, a lot of people think because they pay a membership that they get absolutely everything in the gym.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. I think the gym is the base. The gym should give you the base. Like, what I aim to do in my gym is provide a template where hopefully if someone trains in the often, they have options in all areas. And it's all geared around getting into positions they can bring pressure from, positions they can finish people from, and keep it as simple as possible. So no matter where they end up, they know how to get back to where they need to get to. So like, they have some sort of direction, but then when they spar, they're going to come across different feelings, different problems, and obviously there and then, if they come up and ask me about it, I'll give them feedback on the spot. But you can't, like, now there's so many things in the internet. Like, you could literally sign up to an online account, right? Yeah. Could be sparring tonight, and you can't pass after this. Like, you've not got a clue how to pass it. You could go home that night, go onto an online account, type in half stuff, get 3. Improved overnight.
Okay, so don't put a time on it, or don't put like, oh, this week is this. Just keep going. Like,
yeah, mate, like, you see a lot of stuff, and people are like, if you just start and do jiu-jitsu, you need to work from pin escapes first to pin escapes to offense. And it's just like, mate, we're not fucking robots.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, not everyone wants to do that for one. Like, you don't all have to go in the same order. Like, in my gym in the UK, we've not had beginners classes ever. And some people are like, why have you not got beginners classes? Like, is there an order it needs to be done in? It's like, there's not. there's like, you can't tell me everyone in the world needs to learn and train together. Like, you will get what you need. Like, for me, all my classes, we start with fundamentals of a position, and that'll dip into techniques that are a little bit more advanced, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're a complete day one beginner, you just do the fundamentals, and when we move on, just do the fundamentals, until the fundamentals are easy, and then you can dip your toe in the other stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get in and you spar with everyone, and you realise that you shit, and you realise that you can't get out of this position, and then you ask a question, or you go home and do a study of that position, and you just got better.
Yeah.
And we're going to find holes, but you'll find holes if you follow that order that you're meant to follow as well. You're going to find holes. Like, it's inevitable. You're not going to go through your jiu-jitsu journey and not find holes. So I'm really casual with it. I'm just like, come in, we will teach you something good in a specific position. Learn it, teach it. If you get a speed bump to it, do your studying, ask the questions, get better overnight, eventually recover.
I think that's the best approach, because you don't need extra stress on your head, especially if you're not competing at an elite level. And even if you are, being in a flow state, as you know and as you are, is the best. You go in, you work, you stay present, you work with what you got, and then you just keep developing without trying to be too like robotic, like you said. Yeah, it's a bit.
Some people make it like school. And fuck me, myself and all my mates hate school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I was going, you got to remember, that's what I thought with my doing. When people come and train with you in the evening, you've been working all day. So they want to come in, they want to learn, they want to spar, they want to have fun as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and if it ain't fun, they're not going to come every day.
Yeah, they'll be like free.
And to be really good, they need to go every day. So like, if you make it a school, it's just, you're going wrong already, no matter what order you teach.
It's so true, man, because you're just pressuring yourself and just, it's not natural.
No.
Cool. All right, tell us then, next part, in regards to supplements, what supplements you recommend. Obviously sleep's probably at the top, but like, as a habit, but in terms of like supplements, what do you take at the moment?
Mate, I am taking, they're all on the floor in front of me. Fucking so much here at the moment. Got vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, lion's mane, mega creatine, shita. I'm taking one called Slow Biotic.
Okay.
Because it helps with, it's meant to help staff things. Sometimes it can stay in your guts.
Bloody hell, yeah.
So I'm taking that as well. I would shit in supplements. I used to take anyone near as much as good. But now I do feel the difference. Now that I'm taking a lot of stuff, I don't get ill. Like, that's my biggest difference. Like, I used to train really hard. I'd have a great 3 or 4 weeks, and I'd hit the wall and get rid of it. Whereas these, on top of getting my sleep right, I kind of don't get ill anybody, which to me is the winner. Like, it's just about being able to do it every day for me.
Yeah.
And if I need a week off here and there for doing it, that's what fucks me up. So, for supplements, really, I'm more taking them so I can just be in mass every day rather than for any huge gains.
Have you tried beetroot juice? Or do you drink beetroot juice?
Mate, I've had a little play with it here, just because they do a drink in Bangtown called Red Raw.
Yeah.
I used to have it before I did weights.
Yeah.
Because, mate, you get pumped as fuck after it.
Yeah.
So, like, I've heard it all. I remember working all day that, teaching wrestling to this difficult.
Yeah.
And they all used to take beetroot shots before a game. Because it's meant to do something about it being red.
Yeah, I think the nitric oxide, like, it helps to transport blood better around the body, or like oxygen and stuff like that. Apparently, I think there's some studies where like people's power outputs increases, before or after taking it. But I mean, I when I drink beetroot juice, I do feel fresher, like after sessions and stuff, with a bit of ginger, turmeric. I find, yeah.
Well, Thailand's good for that, mate.
Yeah.
Stuff, you know. We're doing drinks like that all over the place.
Yeah, lovely. And in terms of, obviously, a lot of people probably wondering, have you taken any hormone therapy, TRT, testosterone stuff, like in the past, or have you?
Mate, I've had it all in my life, it's because, like, I've been a full-time judo athlete all my life.
Yeah.
And, like, as a judo athlete, mate, just get tested.
Yeah.
All the time. So, it was absolutely impossible. Like, I'm not against it whatsoever. It's in, like, if you do an Olympic sport, I'm against it.
Yeah.
Because you're just simply not allowed to do it. So
Yeah.
you're not allowed to do it, but doing it, I think it's wrong. But if you do TRT in an untested sport, all the best to you, like, it's no rules, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got nothing bad to say about it in terms of that. As long as you're doing it healthfully,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you see some bodybuilder doing it, get silly and dying really young, and I think you start going down that route, it's stupid. But if you're keeping yourself healthy and staying on top of everything, and the sport you're in's not tested,
Yeah.
so be it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks. And we're coming to the end, Owen. So I wanted to kind of get a couple more questions in before we end today. First of all, what's the future of sport jiu-jitsu? Do you think it's going to get like bigger and bigger and bigger, or it's going to like maintain? Do you think?
Mate, I think it's going to keep growing as long as the UFC keeps growing.
Okay.
I think the UFC is there for the growth of grappling jiu-jitsu. I think that's why Nordi's got massive.
Yeah.
I think all your MMA players are doing Nordi. Your numbers are flying. Gyms off the back of that.
Yeah.
People are just competing in Nordi instead of E. And then obviously you've got the CBC and CGI, which you just puts it on to another level again. And actually, especially CGI, I'll give you an area that you actually make good money as a grappler, which never used to be an idea. But now you can live really well.
Yeah.
From purely teaching jiu-jitsu and competing. You can genuinely be more than just your family. So I think as long as it's like that, numbers are going to keep building, and the more people that participate, it's only going to make the sport get bigger and bigger.
Amazing. You know, it sounds like that's where it's heading, and I hope it does continue to grow, because it is a fun thing for like masters like myself. You know, want to compete and just have some fun, and you've got like a full-time role and whatnot. But hopefully, anyway, I'll come out and train with you soon as well, Owen, man, because my Thailand calling's been pending for a while, so. You know,
yeah,
I look forward to that. Looks like you was doing a cheers as well, like good timing with your drink. All the best with your academy, mate. Freaking hats off to you. You've done amazing, man, from Hull to Phuket, and then now you're opening up your own setup, man. So amazing work you're doing, mate. And yeah, thank you for coming onto the podcast today and sharing your time and knowledge with everyone.
No problem at all. Thanks for having us.